Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to talk to you a little bit about our company and really what I think is more importantly about a really opportunity for you. I've been so fortunate for the last 2 years. I've been going around the country visiting with your dealerships, visiting with your end users, and learning just a great amount of information. And it's just been a joy to get to know you. If I already know you, good to see you again. If I don't know you, I'm looking forward to getting to know you in the future. When I talk about getting ready for an opportunity, and this being an opportunity for you, I want to be real specific, if I could, just for a few minutes. Our average purchase order is right around $500,000 to $600,000. And I don't mean to be just starting off with numbers right from the beginning, but I do want to convey from the very beginning that this is not talking about some edge detail that's going to change somebody's life. I mean, this is real revenue that's going to go to your dealership, to go to your credit as a dealer salesperson. And so I just want to be very forthright about the opportunity here. Just the second purchase order that we received from a Herman Miller dealer about a year ago. I'll talk about the first in just a moment. But it was $550,000. It was a 400-bed residence hall. And what I didn't think about when they first mentioned this is, like, I was just excited about the revenue. It was, hey, our second purchase order, great job. But what they were impressed with, as much as the revenue, is how simple everything is. And what I mean by that is, like, it fit on one page. I've done this for 22 years. And so I took it for granted, but the purchase order fit on one page, and it was about 7 lines long, and they were just amazed about the simplicity of this, and so they were very happy about that. The first order, and the reason I didn't mention it at the very beginning is because it is just such a large project, but the very first purchase order that we received from Herman Miller just a few months after we signed the partnership 2 years ago was at University of California at Davis. That project was 3,290 bedrooms, and the purchase order was right around $5 million. Again, that was an extreme case, a very large project. But I will tell you, although our average is $500,000 to $600,000, it is not unusual. It is not unusual for that to creep into the 7 figures. I mean, just for instance, I'm sitting here. This is not a fake backdrop. This is this is real furniture. This is the furniture that we used that we supplied University of Chicago this past summer. That was like 1,287 bedrooms of furniture, bedroom sets, and the purchase order was a little over $2 million. And that was just the bedroom portion. What I kind of accommodatively say the Herman Miller portion. That's all the open seating and all the planning and all the lobby areas. That was well over $300,000 for that dealership. So again, I'm talking about a real opportunity, for you as a dealer salesperson and for your firm. So if we've done this for 2 years, gone all over the country, the questions we get from the very beginning are these. It's like, well, just what sets you apart? And so let me just begin by telling you a little bit about that. So I think the number one thing that sets us apart is, first of all, our on-time deliveries. So since the inception of our company in 1992, we have never, no ambiguity here, we have never missed an installation deadline, not one time. My father-in-law started our company in 92, and he vowed to never, ever be late. No excuses. And we've kept that promise, we've kept that covenant. And the reason why that's so critical is because, who wants to be late? It's never good to be late. Nobody wants, late product or a late service. But I would argue that what we do in our little world of residence halls, it is very critical to be on time, and I would say even essential. And that's because on August 15th, when someone's building that brand new residence hall, or on August the 1st or July 15th, a renovated residence hall, those students are moving in whether your furniture is there or not. So that is just unacceptable. And so we have vowed to never be late, no excuses, and we've kept that. So I just want you to be rest assured that you can look to your customer in the eye and say, these guys have never been late. The second thing that I think that sets us apart that really your dealerships across the country and into Canada has been very impressed with, and that's our warranty. Our warranty is 25 years, and there's no caveats to that. It's 3 shifts. It includes parts and labor, and And people have been very, very impressed with that. And I'm going to talk about our warranty a little bit more in just a moment. But the third thing that I think has also resonated with you as dealer salespeople, dealer principals, and that's our ability to customize. And in our experience, one size doesn't fit all. And I guess we are the opposite of just a catalog cookie cutter company. I mean, we go and meet people's needs. We learn from them, we listen to them, and we build it to what that specific university needs, sometimes even what that specific residence hall needs, because not one size fits all. So really our on-time installations, our warranty, and our ability to customize is, I think, three critical things that sets us apart. But about our warranty, people ask, how on earth is it 25 years, parts and labor? How do you do that? So I want to talk to you a little bit about what I think is my most exciting about the part about what we want to share with you today is really how we build our furniture. So I want to just take a few minutes and talk to you about what gives it that built to last phenomenon for 25 years. Come with me. I mentioned my father-in-law just a little bit ago, and he told us lots of things. But one thing I heard him say literally hundreds of times: when you're designing and when you're building furniture, build it from the inside out. And it's because how it's built on the inside is really what's going to determine how it's going to last 25 plus years to uphold that warranty. Perhaps you can even remember that just about what's on the inside that counts. It's kind of like people. It's what's on the inside that counts. And so let me tell you about what I mean by that just for a moment. So really, on this case piece, like all of our case pieces, what you want to focus on is the interior. Everything you see on the inside is all solid wood. And just as importantly, that's the materials that you use. That's what makes things last, the materials that you use and how you join those materials. So it's the solid wood components of the interior, and it's how we join them. And so as you see here, everything here is what's called mortise and tenon joinery. That's the most tried and true form of wood construction known in the furniture industry. It's not the cheapest way, but it is the best way. And so for those of you who are familiar with woodworking, this will be old hat to you. But for those of you who are not quite as familiar with wood and construction, let me tell you just real briefly what that really means. And so every joint here has a mortise and tenon joinery, and this is kind of an illustration of that. It's like this is the tenon, this is the mortise, and so this has the tenon, this has the mortise, and of course then they are joined together and glued. And so just a little woodworking fact here that you can remember is once you glue a tenon into a mortise, it becomes stronger than the original wood fiber. And so that means if you had super strength, you could Superman, Superwoman, and you could try to rip this apart, the actual oak would break before the joint would. And I hope that doesn't sound boring to you, but that is the life of the furniture, is how things are put together. So everything you see here, all our case goods are all tried and true mortise and tenon joinery. The other part that I like to really focus on, after we get through the actual construction technique of the case good, is the drawer system. In residence hall furniture, I mean, really just use your common sense here. Think about how many times that drawer system is pulled out and in. If you go into a hotel, you might never even open your drawer system. But in a residence hall, those students are opening it literally thousands and thousands of times throughout the life of that furniture. And you see them, they just stuff sweaters and books and notebooks in it, and it's got to be built to last. And this is how we do that. So we use, really, again, like mortise and tenon, as far as the drawer construction, this is what's called, English dovetails. And so there's an English dovetail in the front and the back, and this is the without equivocation, this is the strongest way to build a drawer box. But just as important that is, look at the bottom underneath here. I know, unfortunately, you can't be here with me on video here, but this is a heavy drawer box. It is built like a tank. So look at the bracing underneath here. And so this is a big part of why it's built to last, and is that 25-year warranty. The very last thing I'll say here was just as important as the actual drawer box itself is the drawer slide. So we have our own custom logoed drawer slide here. And so you've seen those little cheap, nylon, drawer slides. But what we did many years ago, it's been 10 plus years ago, we went to one of the largest drawer slide manufacturers in the world. And we're like, oh, tell us your best slide, and then tell us how we could even do it better. And this is what we did. And so they told us to increase the ball bearings, to increase the gauge steel in the casing. And if you just look at this carefully here, it's just a really high-end drawer slide. And we think those little details is what sets us apart and enables us to provide the warranty that we do. So again, the mortise and tenon, the drawer box and drawer slides. But the other component is that we've gone across the country and into Canada that's been very impressive to the dealerships and to their end users. Just as importantly, maybe more importantly than that, is really our metal construction. So what we really take a lot of pride in is the fact that our metal construction, I'm going to slide this out of the way, is what you see here is literally what you get. And what I mean by that is this is how it comes. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate putting things together. And so this comes just the way it is. There's no bolts. You won't see any bolts here, no hardware. It's all 16 gauge, fully welded. And so you take it out of the box and you put it in place, and I'll tell you what, it'd be tough to tear up. It is really built like a tank. And let me tell you about the complementary chest of the desk. As you can see here, very similar how this is built. Is once again fully welded. It comes out of the box just like this. And one thing that's maybe not intuitive here, as you can see a little closer, is I see a lot of folks out there that have just a chest that is built and they just have metal trim later put around it. And that's just decorative metal at that point. But you can see here, like the desk we mentioned, this is all fully welded. It's a structural frame, and it just has the laminate or the wood inserts built inside of it. And again, that fully welded nature of it, no assembly, is what gives it that built to last feel for 25 plus years. So just that's some highlights of the construction. But as I've gone across the entire country and into Canada, this is also what people have been, I guess, really resonated with people, and that's our ability to customize. In our experience, when we go to end users, one size doesn't fit all. And let me just say, be very candid, we are not a catalog cookie cutter company. We do customization all the time. We listen and we learn from our customers, modify the product, and build it accordingly. So let me just take to you a little bit, give you some examples and the ability we have to customize products. So let me share with you a few things. Yeah, I'd like to talk to you, just use this wardrobe as an illustration to really talk about our ability to customize. And it's really important when we're thinking about the idea of customization. When people hear that, they think of just large upcharges, and build a custom product. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about listening to customers, learning from them, and then that becomes really part of your product where there is no upcharge involved. That's just part of your typical offering. And so really kind of thinking about this wardrobe, it makes me think back to really many years ago, large university located in Georgia. They came to us and they asked us to, put all of your furniture on casters except for the bed. All of the furniture on casters. And we asked why. We were thinking, well, do you want to get the ability for all your students to maneuver their furniture and individualize it? They're like, yeah, well, that sounds pretty good, but let me tell you the real reason for it. It was for their staff. So their hardworking staff people would have to go into the bedrooms, sometimes multiple times a year, pull out all the furniture, then go in and clean the furniture. And just imagine, the manpower, the people power that it takes to do that. I mean, this is just a massive piece. But as you can see here, this is it just rolls just as easy as can be. And so just think about that. They just push it out the door, clean the room, and roll it back in. So it's a huge benefit. But all kidding aside, it turned out to be a side benefit because it does give the students the ability to maneuver the room and individualize it based on how they want to arrange the room. The other thing, though, is this real specific wardrobe is this university, they had just some feedback from their customers, the students. They wanted a place to secure some of their valuables. So what we did here is we just built them a little compartment inside the wardrobe, completely concealed. As you can see here, you can put valuables in here, laptops, or whatever jewelry, watches, whatever. And then you can just get the hasp lock and lock it. And so it's just listening to people. Look at these heavy duty magnets here. I mean, what's more frustrating than a door constantly popping in and out? So these heavy duty magnets here just really gives it some great ability here. One other piece I just want to mention real briefly before we move on to something next is this little guy here. So there's really several things about this one piece. The first thing is they wanted power here. This is technically a mobile pedestal, also on casters here, so it could be adjacent to the desk, under the desk. But what we have seen here is people are rolling it underneath the adjustable bed, beside the bed, using it as a nightstand. The whole point is versatility, giving the students the option to do things. People are craving power right now. We have power on this desk behind me, power here. There's so many devices that need to be charged, so we're trying to offer lots of power on all of our furniture. You can see the little pull-out writing tray here to put their tablets, to put their smartphones, whatever the case may be. And very lastly, as you can see here, this was my favorite feature part of it. It's just this comfortable seat here. So people are playing video games. They have guests in their room. It's just another place to sit. Our philosophy is listen to customers, listen to their needs, meet their needs, and then you have a product not only for that specific customer, but then it becomes offerings that you can give toward any campus in your portfolio. So really that tells you a little bit of our ability to customize. And again, I want to stress it again, let's collectively listen to our customers so we can offer the best products with the most individual needs for every campus that you're servicing. So really that kind of covers the construction techniques of our metal and our case goods, our ability to customize. But next I want to talk to you a little bit about our soft seating and what we're doing different to help make our furniture more of a smarter choice for your customers. Just over here in this setting, would like to talk to you a little bit about our upholstery, our soft seating. I'm really excited about this feature to share with you. There's a lot to tell you about our soft seating, but just want to focus just for our time here for a moment just on one feature. The feedback as we listened and learned from our customers was that the frames obviously hold up for a long time, the foam holds up for a long time, but what would wear out the fastest was the fabric that was chosen. And it had nothing to do with the fabric that was chosen. It was just fabric wears out faster than your frames and your foam if it's built correctly. And so the feature that we're offering is what we call removable and replaceable fabric. We shorten it up, we say R&R fabric. And so it's really just a great concept that saves money and is superb for the environment. And so as you can see here, instead of just stapling the product, it's all put together with high grade, high commercial grade Velcro. It just slips on and off like you're slipping on and off a shirt or a sock. And so it does not take a furniture engineer to do this. And so for 1/5 the cost, we can really give a complete facelift for this sofa and this chair. And really not only the cost, but also just think about the environmental savings with that. Instead of filling up a perfectly good sofa and a chair in the dumpster, instead we just replace the fabric and give that piece a brand new look, and it's just great for the environment and great for cost savings. So as we close here, I really want to just talk to you, just make one last appeal to you if I could. I hope what you've seen here in our short time together is with our warranty, with our guaranteed on-time delivery for all of these years we've been in business, and also our ability to really customize and meet the needs of our customer. I hope you feel comfortable introducing us to your customer. So we're making this very, very easy for you. You can email us at presentations@smarterfurnishings.com and book an appointment with us. Right now we're just in the back of our showroom here. We've made the easy ability to do video shoots like this. We want this to not just be a resource for today. We want this to be a resource for you. So set up a live demonstration with us. We can go over much more detail with products. We can do a 30-minute, 45-minute, an hour presentation. whatever time your time permits. And so perhaps your own team needs to be educated more about the product, and that's great too. So whether it's your own team members, your end users, and I just want to stress to you, you're not the guinea pig here. We've been doing this for the last couple of months. We've done dozens and dozens of these presentations with the dealerships across the country, their end users, and it has gone very, very well. So I really appreciate all your time today. I really do. And so hopefully this will be a time to interact, ask us questions, and hopefully that we've just made you feel comfortable, that if you let us engage with your customer, we'll do our very best to make you look good, and we'll be an honor to be a part of it.